Hey, welcome to this week's episode of National Crappie League in Kansas.
Okay, we're going to run on down the lake. We're looking for a couple of other teams that we want to be.
Tell them, Daryl. Hey, that's the word. As we get ready in Lawrence, Kansas, a lot of great athletes and anglers out here on the water for this wild card event here in Lawrence, Kansas on Clinton Lake. Remember, it's explorelawrence.com. And let's go to the water for this week's episode. As always, our National Crappie League shows are brought to you by Happy Hollow Outdoors of Red Bay, Alabama.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. We're on beautiful Clinton Lake, Kansas. This is day one of the NCL Wild Card event this weekend. So let's get out here, see what these guys and gals are doing. I like that wrap.
That is a fine wrap for Frank the Tank Haddock. Let's see what Frank is doing here.
There's one.
Fish on.
Oh yeah.
It looks so much bigger when you look behind you.
Yes, that's right. Okay, Frank caught a pretty nice fish while we were with him, and he had another one right up to the top. Fell off just at the last minute before it come over into the boat. But he's more or less pre-fishing right now for tomorrow, for day two, because he just wants to find a better grade of fish. He's got a limit in the boat. His biggest fish is about a pound, so he's going to try to improve on that weight for tomorrow.
Upgrading and culling is always what our anglers are doing, trying to get those best 5 fish in the live well and to the weigh-in.
Watch the screen. I think you're hiding behind it out of the wind. That sucker right there, big as a big screen TV.
Yeah, it makes you see them better. When you're old and blind like me, you need that.
There you go. I understand that.
Love that logic. Look at that big old screen.
22 inch.
22.
22 inches. That's a big screen there. On the front of that boat, fish on for this dynamic duo here.
You just saw them catch a nice fish. They kept it and called another fish, so that tells us there's over a limit of fish already been caught by the team. But the one thing I want to bring up to you about this team, they're operating like a well-oiled machine.
How you doing,
You know,
Butch?
you got the guy on the front doing the fishing, guy right behind him with the net ready to go, nets that fish, he lays that pole down while his dad's working on getting that fish off, checking it and everything. He grabs another pole, gets right back in the water. That's what it takes to win these NCL tournaments right there. Operating like a well-oiled machine.
Also, we love seeing a father-son duo in so many of our tournaments, just like we have many times a husband-wife duo, or father-grandson, possibly, whatever it may be. And let's see here, fish on for Mr. Wade. Let's see what Mr. David Wade thinks about this one. Another one in the boat.
Not what I wanted.
And back in the water that one goes. As always, our anglers are trying to upgrade so that the best 5 fish, either in singles competition or as a team, they bring the best 5 to the scales. Our National Crappie League is brought to you by Car Zone USA, Outlaw Lithium, and Crappie Monster, along with many
My
others.
name's David Wade, and I'm fishing in the National Crappie League tournament this weekend here on Clinton Lake. Talk about my baits that I'm using. I do customized hair ties. I tied my own jigs. A couple reasons why. One, I'm able to focus in on specific colors and patterns that I feel are working. A lot of times I'll bring my tying material to the lake with me. That way if I get one that's hot and I'm running low, I can tie up some new ones. Right now I have found that for myself, lighter colored jigs are producing better on this lake right now. I'm not on any of the dark colors. And another reason I liked with hair jig is if I find that the profile happens to be too big, I can actually take the tail end of that marabou and strip it down, make a little bit smaller profile for myself. I'm going to be running 8th and 16th ounce jigs this weekend.
Thank you, sir, for that great info. And let's go for a little ride down the lake.
I don't think we bought minnows in the last 5 or 6 years.
No.
We don't.
Hey, like our anglers sometimes say, they haven't bought
So
shiners in a while.
Film and I like, content.
Good info there. Fish on. Thank you there, Brad. Wigman, great.
It's a lake full of these.
Yeah,
Filming.
they're everywhere, and they're about halfway down the trees. So you got to get through them to get down towards where the crappie might be.
A little striper there, you see. Like many of our anglers will tell you, a lot of times striped bass blend in with the drums as well as the crappie, aka white perch, or as the Cajuns would say, dat sagale, dat bag of milk ya sha. Another fish on here for one of our anglers. Let's see. As the view from above, the bird's eye view, as we like to call it. Those long nets.
Got a little belly.
Kind of match the pole.
You tell us
For
what you're doing with
Frank the
minnow
Tank,
while you're hooking
let's
them,
see.
Or not? Is that a trade secret?
No,
Is that a
not
Frank
really.
secret?
I mean, I had them hooked through the mouth and out the back, but that last fish tore them up. So they get tore up, I just stick them kind of through the eyelet and then through the back. So now it looks like a dying or dead minnow. So it's gonna be swimming just like that. And then you can do that with dead minnows too.
Love that information there, Frank. For many of our watchers and listeners, Clinton Marina, what a beautiful place here, where many of our anglers are weighing in on day one at this wild card event here in Lawrence, Kansas. Check them out once again. That's explorelawrence.com. As we with National Crappie League love going around the USA and going to so many of these great locations.
That's it.
Nice fish there for Frank Haddasack. Great ones, guys. One of our solo anglers.
Fish until we didn't have a fish in the live well before 8 o'clock, and pretty real slow day, and we got to 5 pounds and then ran up the river and tried that. It's tough getting in the river right now. It's a little low, about 6 inches deep. Got up there and upgraded a couple fish, but nothing super big. And tomorrow we'll see what happens. May not be going in the river. It's a little deep, or a little shallow. Pretty hard to get in and out of.
NCL is brought to you by Grenada Lakes Resorts. Pro Control, freedom to fish how you want. Rockport Rattler. And Crappie Breaks, along with many others.
Okay, folks, we're at the ramp preparing for Championship Saturday, day 2 of the NCL wildcard event here at Lake Clinton, Kansas. Leading the event from day 1 is the father-son team of Schultz and Schultz. They're about a half-pound ahead of the second place team, but you know the top 5 are all within a pound of one another. So it's anybody's game on Championship Saturday. Let's get in the boat, head out that way, see what they're catching. We just came by David Wade. Dave is in 6th place from yesterday at 5.22. That's only about a little less than a pound out of first place.
The one thing, you know, I talked all week about where the white bass are positioned on the trees, but I had a mark that I knew I had to drop on. It was sitting high and it just looked too good. And sure enough, it was a crappie. So I don't know if that pattern's changing.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
There you go. Hey, that's a nice fish.
Hey, it does look like a nice fish for,
Oh yeah, in the boat.
again, one of our solo anglers. Many times we see these teams go it solo
How big is
and
it, Dave?
do it all
fish right
themselves.
Yes, it is. But David Wade just caught a 105 while we were right there with him. We're bringing good luck to these fishermen today, I believe. We just slipped in on Kalen Caton. Kalen was in 3rd place day 1 with 5.58. Haven't seen him catch a fish yet, but we're going to watch and see if we can see him put one in the boat while we're here.
One of those flying crappie. Sometimes, hey, they come on up out of the water when that hook gets set. Now, let's see what we've got here.
Oh yeah, that one's going to the tank. I told you we were bringing these fishermen good luck this morning when the camera boat shows up.
You're right, Mr.
What's up,
Darrell.
guys?
It's fun.
Morgan Neal here. So I've noticed that on these trees there will be 3 different species of fish. So you'll have your white bass will be on the top of the tree, the crappie are normally around the middle, and then the drum have been being on the bottom. But the drum and the crappie flop depending on the depth of water you're in. So when we're fishing in this 14, 15 foot of water, the crappie are normally on the bottom and the drum are in the middle. But how we're telling these crappie apart is the crappie are just sitting still up against the tree. They're not moving, they're not fluttering, they're not doing anything. The white bass and the drum, you can see them kind of fluttering, staying there, and that's how we're picking these fish apart. Now, they're few and far between in some areas, but when you do start seeing them, you start catching crappie. Let's see. So let's see if I can show you. So you see how these fish are moving? This is a drum right here. He's got a long tail. This one right here should be a crappie. See how he's just sitting still? He's not moving, he's not doing anything. We'll try to get a bait on him and see what happens.
Lots of times on the forward-facing sonar, you can tell the difference between the different species of fish. Let's see. Looks like a decent one here.
You already have
What
your
they
limit.
was. All right, so this is crazy for this time of year. This fish is spewing eggs.
You are correct, sir. Eggs this time of year. And we talk about this time of year, we're talking middle September. Team Stoltz.
Crappie Monster, Power Pole, and HH Rods and Reels.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura Carberry. I'm with Explore Lawrence, which is our Convention and Visitors Bureau here in Lawrence, Kansas, and I'm at Clinton Marina. We are getting ready to have our National Crappie League fishing tournament out here, but I want to tell you a little bit about our city. They've come to enjoy while they're here. My favorite spot happens to be Mass Street, which is downtown Lawrence. We have incredible restaurants, we have incredible outside venues, and we have wonderful outside entertainment. Almost every weekend night you can find outside entertainment, whether it's a fun band on the corner or it's actually a big band. We also have the Lead Center, which is one of our performing arts centers here in town. It's a very famous place that we have a lot of interesting partners come in. We also have a wonderful rock chalk park that's outside. We are hoping to get the the World Cup 2026 championship, be a host city for them here in Lawrence, Kansas, Little Lawrence, Kansas. So we're happy that you guys are all here. We hope you come see us. I'm with Explore Lawrence. You can find me at explorelawrence.com. Welcome to the marina. We've got almost 800 slips. The lake's been here for many, many years, at least 30. The marina was actually dragged across the lake from the other side. It's a core lake, so there are no homes that are built on the lake. I heard one fisherman say, oh no, no docks. There's plenty of great spots to fish.
And a beautiful lake it is.
Yep.
Let's learn a little bit here.
Tell us what you're doing.
I'm putting the crappie brakes down so we got a ability to stop when Zach runs up on the fish. We can back up on him a little bit.
What brand is that?
Power brakes. Yep.
A local guy from Tulsa, Oklahoma that we run the power brakes, the game changers, from a guy out of he's around Tulsa, Oklahoma, Chad. Super nice guy, and best brakes. They have breakaways on the top. We've probably put in nine or 10 pins this weekend from running on 10 on the trolling motor and hitting stumps, and go break the pin away and we just change them around the water and we're right back to fishing. No damage to the brakes at all. Props are still good. That's one of the things on the boat that we utilize the most. Between that and the MBT, you can really see down in the brush piles and dig them out of there.
That graph is the deal.
Shoot that video for them.
Good info there, Zach. Love finding out about all the different technology and things that it takes to get these fish in the boat. Crappie brakes and technology
Can't have two till you have one.
is awesome these days. Let's take a little ride with this duo down the lake.
Fourth place, Kalen Caton, 11.34. Another young man that was really good on camera out there. Did a fantastic job.
You own the plastic? Oh, we gotta get it.
Congratulations,
Okay,
sir.
third place team of Mike Schrock and Eric Schrock with 11.39.
That's right.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about how you caught your fish.
We were up in the upper ends of both arms. We did a lot of running and gunning today, and caught most of them on the bottom and using hair jigs about, I don't know, 10, 11 feet down.
Okay. How many total fish you think you caught?
Over the 2 days, probably 100.
Okay, and your winners on the open division on Championship Saturday, the team of Schultz and Schultz, Zachary and Tony, 12.75. Come on down, guys. Stoltz. All right. Deal.
Get that right, Mr. Darrell.
Guys, I've got a check for you for second place big fish of 120 in your division, and the biggest check, $2,000 for winning on the open division this weekend. Our congratulations. What part of the lake were you fishing?
The river.
All
We
right.
went up the river and found them up there, and that's where we just kept going.
I knew you headed up that way while we were out there. We saw you,
Yeah.
and we were sitting there saying a little prayer because all I seen was a 40-foot rooster tail, but you knew where you were blowing through that shallow water, I'm sure.
Somewhat. We hit some stumps.
Don't even tell me that, son.
We just went up it.
There you
Let her
go.
eat.
There you go. What particular bait works best for you?
We use Ruger Shaw's hand ties. He's out of El Dorado.
Okay. Any particular color?
Orange.
All right.
We use
Dark watercolor.
Yep.
All right. How many total fish you think y'all caught?
Oh, 100, 200, quite a few.
A lot of fish. I know when we saw you up there, you were catching a far out of fish. And what depth worked the best for you?
It was 15 foot in the river. We were fishing the sides of it where it washed up the wood.
Caught one in 4 foot.
Yeah, caught a big one in 4 foot, I think.
Wow. Coming up, you think for some reason, sun come up before you caught her? Or?
Yep, sun was up. She was up there begging.
A lot of great fish weighed in as we take a look around at the weigh-in location here. Tell you what, folks, lots of great fish in big numbers as you see all the beautiful boat slips there. Congratulations to our winners. And here you see first through 8th place. Another great episode here, National Crappie League in Lawrence, Kansas on Clinton Lake. Check them out, explorelawrence.com. Great times await you and yours for fishing varieties and species of all types. Thanks to all our great partners for our National Crappie League, National Fishing League, and our National Bass League. Till next week, y'all have a great one.